We're here at the Yuma Historical Prison. Alright, I spent $116.
Alright.
Not bad.
Let's get you guys started.
Alright, cool. The tour guide. We got a tour guide with us. How you say your name? How you say your name, brother?
Louis.
Louis, I'm Steven.
Steve.
Nice to meet you, man.
John. Yes, sir.
You guys didn't tell me it was so hot out here, man. Ooh, yes. Got ourselves a little tour guide.
Is that video too or no?
Yeah, it's video. Which I can turn off if you like. Okay.
My dad said it was the heat here is good for two things. For the bones and the liquor stores.
Yeah. I do YouTube videos all the time of places I travel to.
Inside your brochure there's a map. You're going to follow the sidewalk. Right hand side's the timeline, tells you the history of the prison. On the left you got the guard tower with a beautiful view. Goes straight ahead into the sally port. Used to be the main entrance to the prison. Enter the museum. Right hand side on each corner are restrooms. Turn to your left. There's a movie that goes on every 8 minutes in the movie theater. In the movie theater only, please, no photography.
Okay.
Everywhere else in the museum you can take pictures. Then when you walk out of the movie theater, please, on your left-hand side, there's a glass case, and it shows you the exact replica of what the dark cell used to look like, okay?
Wow.
Then you exit out back, and those are the cell blocks. Make your way back here. This will be your exit. And over here on this side, you have a little lookout point, the Ocean Bridge. St. Thomas Mission up on the hill, an active Catholic church, only open Saturdays and Sundays for Mass.
Wow.
And the Colorado River down below.
Oh, wow, man, that's cool. So we can walk over there, actually, or no?
You can go over there if you like, but it's only open Saturdays and Sundays.
Okay, all right, yeah, so I'll just film it in from here then. Okay.
You guys been keeping up with current events? You guys know who Charles Manson is?
Yeah, I know who Charles Manson is.
He was supposed to get married to a 27-year-old girl.
Yeah.
But Manson went ahead and called it off. He found out his new mother-in-law was psycho. You know?
All right, John, let's go ahead and take a look over here. All right, so we got like a little tour guide. I thought he was going to get mad at first, but he was cool because we ended up spending some money here. And I get credit for this because I was the one that told John about this place.
Right.
However, John gets credit for the thing, not in his pants, but the store, the thing. Now I had a YouTube typer trolls like, why y'all talking about something in your pants? I was like, no, we were talking about the thing. Not my thing. Okay, so this is the view of the prison from across the river. You got the stables, the guard towers, the pump stations, main guard tower, superintendent office, guard tower, Sully Port, superintendent's house, guard tower on the wall. And it says, Yuma of 1870 has limited marketplace. Goods were brought in by steamships or many days' journey through hostile country. Calamities along the journey claim belongings and supplies more than once. The government compensated by stocking as many provisions as possible. Offices, commissary, and housing for employees and livestock were close by. Wow. Look, this is number one. This is, I guess this is the office and the headquarters.
Here, I'll do offices. As the number of prisoners increased and buildings were remodeled, the superintendent's office was moved outside the prison walls. The adobe building also held the supply store or commissary. Because it is directly across from the main gate or sally port, a guard station was built on the roof. In 1939, 15 years after fires had destroyed much of the prison, Yuma's first firefighting equipment was stored here.
Wow, this is the guard quarters. On the right of the photo, which is right here, it says the 2-story, 10-room adobe building was the guards tower. Single guards had rooms on the first floor, but the assistant superintendent's family had the second floor to themselves. Notice the catwalk, which is extended for the second floor to the guard shack on the top of the superintendent's office. The Veterans for Foreign Wars leased this building in 1943. The building was used as a clubhouse for nearly 30 years until it burned to the ground in 1959. The Visitor Center was built by Arizona State Parks on the site of the Grand Quarters. All right, so is this it right here?
I think it's this.
Oh, this?
It would usually show a view of the
okay, so this is
across the river.
Oh, okay.
It probably, yeah.
Guys, I want you to see a tour of this right here.
Look, that's the main guard tower right there.
Okay.
It shows that is that.
Okay.
And then the offices and the guard quarters are probably right here.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. Look at this, man. Across the Colorado River is the Indian Hill, the site of La Promesa Concepcion Mission. Built in 1780 by the Spanish explorers, it was destroyed in 1781 when native Quechens revolted, killing all European males. Nothing is left of the structure. Today you see that the St. Thomas, built in 1922, which serves as a Quechua Indian nation. Behind the mission of Fort Yuma, it was established in 1852 to protect settlers, border survey crews, and gold miners, 49ers, on their way, boom or bust, in the California gold fields. Wow.
Juan Bautista de Anza National Historic Trail. While the American Revolution brewed on the Atlantic coast, Spain expanded its New World Empire to protect California against the British and Russians. In 1774, Juan Bautista de Anza, commander of the Royal Presidio of Tubac, successfully explored an overland route from Sonora, Mexico, or into Alta or Upper California. This route made possible to the transport of livestock, goods, and people to sustain the new settlements. Anza was authorized to lead a 1775-76 expedition to settle the port of San Francisco. Volunteer soldier settlers came from as far south as Colcassian. Livestock, equipment, supplies, and expedition members were gathered at Horcasitas and finally at Tubac. From there they would travel 1,000 miles on foot, horseback, burro, and mule to their destination.
That is freaking cool. Where are you at right now? Go ahead.
A variety of people made the trip. Soldiers and their families, interpreters, priests, packers, cowboys, and cooks, as well as nearly 1,000 head of livestock. At journey's end, 198 people, over a third of them children under 12, remained in Alta California to build the Presidio and missions of San Francisco and other communities. They and others using the trail established by Anza began the settlements of San Jose and Los Angeles, and stamped California with the language and customs of their New World Hispanic culture.
Damn, John, did I tell you you're really good with your Spanish? And people think you're white, so when they start talking shit about you, he knows what you're saying.
I give thanks to my mom.
Yeah.
Her and my grandmother
came
from Cuba.
So when they think he's white and they start talking shit about him, he'll let you talk shit for 3 months, and then he'll start speaking Spanish to let you know.
Español.
Yes, sir.
I know Español.
All right. And this is the all-importance of the Colorado River, established in 1774. Wow, so this is the Colorado River right here?
Yeah.
Dude, imagine if you got in a fight and somebody pushed your ass down that cliff right there.
You'd be dead.
Dude, you'd be one fucked motherfucker, dude.
And then they'll probably write something on.
Dude, you know in the state of Arizona, everybody carries a gun holster. Even these people in here got their own piece. Anybody comes in acting a fool, they're going to answer. They're going to answer to it. Now, this over here is a bridge. Look at that, separating the Colorado River. Right here. This is pretty cool. Did we read that one?
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did. Look, John, they got a little, yeah. But you have to have a quarter. It's a quarter.
Oh, I have a quarter.
Insert quarter.
Just what I need for them to take more money from me.
Well, hey, it's only one quarter. And look, we got a Yuma pamphlet, too. And a bottle of water because it's hot as fuck out here. And John is looking through there right now.
Oh.
Dude, that is so cool, man. Can you see it? It's hot, isn't it?
I see the river.
Dude, this is like the coolest. Hey, look, Border Patrol right there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I see you, Mr. Border Patrol agent. Dude, look at this bridge right here. They say that the church members come over here. Oh, this looks like a railroad track.
Yeah.
This is a railroad track. Wow. And look, they have Sunday masses over there at that church over there.
Saturday and Sunday they're open.
Yeah. And look, what's this over here? The site of old ferry land in Yuma crossing. Wow. Below the junction of the Gilia and the Colorado River was the only national ford of the Southern Trail to the Pacific. It says here, through often Manisan Indians helped early travelers across on a crude raft. Several ferries operated from 1850, best known ferryman was Lewis Jagger from 1850 to 77. Ferries were bought on this site, held on course by ropes stretched across rivers Operated until bridge was built in 1915. Marker placed by Arizona Society Daughters of the American Revolution, 1961. Wow, look at this rock here, man. This just has a lot of historical... Hey, John, were you able to look in here?
Yeah, it's hot as hell.
Oh, cool. You can still look through it. Ah, damn, it's hot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Shit.
That's cool.
That's cool, man. Look, the sexiest man alive finally got to touch one of these. You have to insert the quarter here, and you... This is cool, man.
Hey, there's some cactus over here. Look.
Where's the cactus at? Look, you can even eat out here. They got little benches where you can eat out here.
Yeah.
And here's the cactus over here. This used to be an historical prison from 1875 to 1909, and they transferred all the prisoners to Florence after that. That's from when I know the history. It says, the Gray Bridge, which is right here, finished in 1915 in the Ocean Highway Bridge. This was the final link in the highway stretching from the Atlantic to the Pacific coast. Its presence meant the travelers no longer had to wait for the ferry to cross the Colorado River. And then right here it says the first railroad bridge crossing the Colorado River was a low pivot bridge built in the floodplain below the prison hill. It was swing open for the passengers of steamboats and served the railroads until 1923 when the Black Railroad Bridge was built. Approximately 1/3 of the prisons was demolished to make way for the present bridge and the foundation. So they destroyed like 3/4 of this property, and as you can see down here, there are people swimming in this water over here.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And they can actually swim. You can swim in the Colorado River, dude. It's fucking badass.
Cool.
Okay, now let's walk around here. They got some like little nice shrubs and everything. And make sure my phone's in my pocket. Yes, it is. Sexiest phone is in my pocket. Wow, look at this territorial home right here. It said the pay was substantial sum by this time, $250 per month. A resident. A cozy house was built in 1883 in the northwest corner, surrounded by lawn and a white picket fence. A frontier town, furniture and home improvement materials were not easily purchased in Yuma. Any improvements desired by the superintendent were done with the inmate labor in prison shops, and thus provided an opportunity for training prisoners in new skills. This included landscaping, making of furniture, and remodeling. Because it was such a nice house, the house probably began a teacher's residence while the high school was located in 1910 to 14. Next, it was converted to Yuma County's first community hospital. In 1923, it was demolished to make way for a new railroad bridge. Oh man, it's fucking hot as fuck out here. Okay. Drinking water, life, and desert.
All water for the prison came from the river. Inmates dug a network of tunnels at the base of the hill, which would fill with river water. From there, water was pumped up into the 85,000-gallon granite-walled tank, also of inmate construction. In 1893, after continual pump breakdowns, prison officials and Yuma Water and Light came to an agreement. Water was piped to the prison in exchange for electricity produced by the prison's electric dynamo, the guard tower. A platform was built on the top of the water tank to limit evaporation. A roof was added and became a guard tower. As smaller towers were added to the wall, this guard stand was glassed in and heated to provide sleeping quarters for guards. A catwalk extended to the top of the wall. And then finally it says, after the prison closed, this tower served various functions, including a civil defense lookout during World War II.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Alright, so John's going to walk up this guard tower here, and I'm going to... The guard tower sponsor in love and memory of Christian Telangi Sandstorm, forever alive in our hearts until we meet again. It's beautiful. Look at these beautiful rock formations here at this territorial prison site, man. They got like a little lookout tower here. John's walking up there.
They have a subway up here.
They have a subway? I'm starting to hate Subway. Every fucking gas station's got a goddamn Subway. And I've eaten there twice, so I'm getting tired of it. Okay, now we got ourselves a little workout thing going up this little stairwell. Okay. Oh God, they gave me a workout. Oh, we have the lookout tower. We're up here. Wow. Look at this, John. Best thing in the shade that I got in a while. They got their water in here. I thought it was pretty cool, you know. And it's right here, the prison overview. Guard for the guard tower, the northeast corner. Prisoners making adobe bricks outside the east wall. Pretty cool. Prisoners inside the east wall shop building at the right. Wow. That's pretty cool, man. Prison overview. The original fence around the prison was made of wood to discourage escape. A massive 18-foot high adobe wall was constructed in the 1880s. At ground level, the wall was 8 feet thick and 5 feet across at the top. A whitewash mixture of blue clay, in-seated oil, and other chemicals protected the adobe bricks. The parking lot covers the original granite rock foundation under the wall. The broken cemented to the right of the parking lot was the floor of the east shops building. Below the location in the northeast corner of the wall. Guards crossed a catwalk to reach the wall. They were monitoring the prisoners in the east yard inside the prison and those making adobe bricks in the outside yard. They had a view of the movement in and out of the wood shop, trailer and shoemaker shop, laundry facility, bathhouse, library, and the electric plant. The shops were an example of the self-sufficiency of the prisons. Not only did the prisoners produce items needed here, but also were trained in skills necessary to become productive citizens. Notice the electric wires along the wall in the illustration. The electricity was fueled by the electric dynamo. Quite modern for the 1880s, the system was so efficient that after 9 p.m. electricity was sold to the city of Yuma. Wow. That is pretty cool. Look at the horizon right there. Just look at all that. Okay, so now what's next? The museum and that's it?
They have a little lookout thing.
Where? All the fucking way down there? How are we going to get over there?
No, I'm saying this.
Oh.
They have another one of these.
Would you like to look through it?
I did already. I don't know if they're still going.
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
Wow, man, this is really cool, man. I'm really impressed by this, you know. Would you like to get out of the lookout tower and take a look? I think that's the last part of the building. Yeah, it is. All right, so we're at the last part, and then we're on the way to San Diego. Let's make our way down this lookout tower here. Oh man, I gotta work out. Fuck, it's fucking hot. It's fucking hot than a motherfucker out here. Well, Texas is hot. Oh, I seen that. Sallyport sponsor Adobe Technology.
Yeah, I'll read this. This entrance to the wall is called the Sallyport, from the Spanish salir por la puerta, meaning to go out the door. At either end are 2 iron doors far enough apart to enclose a wagon. When both gates are closed, notice the small doors constructed within each gate to restrict passage. In October 1887, the most infamous escape attempt, the Gates riot, took place at the Sallyport entrance. 7 prisoners attempted to escape using Superintendent Gates as a hostage. Gates, when not faltering, ordered the tower guard to shoot. When the dust cleared, 4 inmates were dead. Another was wounded and 2 were recaptured. The 3 survivors were sent to the dark cell. Gates sustained a knife wound to the neck. He later resigned due to constant pain from the injury.
Wow. So this must have been the entrance to the, so this must have been the entrance, right?
Yes, this is the entrance. This is called the Sallyport. This was the original entrance to the prison.
Wow. I might have to buy those 2 books from you too.
Right on.
Yeah, so that way I can get those. Yeah, because dude, this has a lot of history behind it, you know?
Enjoy, fellas.
Thank you, sir. So in here is like the superintendent's office?
No, the superintendent's office was over there.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's no longer, you know.
Yeah,
that's
no
where it
longer
used to
there.
be.
What's this building? Just like a
little guard shack. Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool, man.
Come in here with the wagons, because that's the way they would bring them in with wagons.
Yeah.
They would be inspected with this skylight right here.
Wow.
Jeez.
That's pretty cool, man. Thank you, man. Thank you. How you say your name again?
Louis.
Louis. Okay, Louis. I remember that.
Stephen? John.
Yes, sir.
And John.
Yes, sir.
Definitely have to come back and visit this place, man. Wow, this is the coolest fucking historical prison I've ever seen in my life. Okay, now we're making our way to the actual prison. Oh, motherfucker had a fly on me. God damn it. Son of a bitch, man. Get the fuck away.
Well, that'll be edited.
No, it won't. Anything a prisoner could not make himself or a bartender for what he had to do without. Wow. Okay. Okay, here's the prison. No drinks?
Or we can put it out here. I don't want to let her.
No, I'll keep mine. I don't want to waste water.
Here, while he's drinking his water, I'm going to take over for a little bit. So, right here, you have the Territorial Prison, 1875. Museum sponsor in loving memory of Gary Jack Ware, from the Ware family and the entire Yuma community.
We're here at the prison. I'm hot as fuck.
There's a little bit about the museum.
The museum building is not an original structure of the Arizona Territorial Prison. Construction was a continuous activity during the 33 years of the prison was in operation. The function of many of the buildings changed over the years. The original structure was on the site, the prison kitchen and dining room. The building was destroyed by a fire on April 20th, 1924 through the dedicated efforts of townspeople of Yuma. The museum with the cornerstone of this building was converted into a museum, being laid on January 13, 1940. 1960, the museum was acquired by the Arizona State Park.
Here we go.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Okay, so now we're coming into prison now. Okay, let's see. Man, that kid was 15 years old. What was his crime? For burglary? 1 year. Entered the prison in 1896. Released July 28, 1897, upon completion of sentence. This guy right here, he served 6 months and a $10 fine for uttering attempted to pass a forged obligation of security of the United States. That's it? This guy, 13 months for second-degree burglary. This guy right here, sentenced to life for murder. This guy right here. This guy, railroad brakeman, he was sentenced to 5 years second-degree burglary. And you could tell he looks like Bo Nose, actually. This guy, 7 years for manslaughter. 3 years for first-degree burglary. 15 years for assault with intent to commit murder. Wow. That's pretty cool, man. And these are the shackles they had. Wow. Check this out, guys. This guy was hung. He was sentenced by Judge Davis to be hung on Friday, June 3rd. The murder of Alter was committed in August last. In December, the murder attempt and suicide would fail. He doesn't want to die now as badly as he did then. And he's being hanged. Wow. This is where they would hang. Wow. That's his death certificate. This dude actually got hung. And that's his actual hanging right there. Wow. They would straight hang your ass. Wow. Here's the restrooms here. Okay. Marlin lever action rifle, 45 caliber, patent 1880. This one's a Winchester 32 caliber, modeled 1894. This right here, this gun you see here, is a Winchester 22 caliber rifle, model 1873. And this right here is another rifle, Marlin level action rifle, 32 caliber, 1892. Wow. Look at these rifles, bro. Wow. These rifles are the shit, dude. Nice. I would want to collect something like this later on. Look, they actually did a hang-in there. Yeah, if you look at it, Yuma High School from 1910 to 1914. Wow, look at the old photos, bro. Bunch of white people in black and white. Yuma High School class in 1910. This is the 1910 class yearbook. Look at it. Wow. That's pretty cool, man. Class of 1912, Yuma. They had a high school there. That's pretty cool. It said the legend goes that Yuma High School football team was in the process of upsetting a heavy favored Phoenix team one night. As the game was near its end, the Phoenix fans began to taunt the Yuma players, calling them criminals because of the history of the school being at a prison from 1910 to 1914. Ever since, Yuma High School was worn the name as a badge of honor. Yuma High School sports teams were called the Criminals or Crims, complete with logo, mascot, and crime wear merchandise. So this was the football team. They had a high school here from 1910 to 1914, and Yuma High School was here at this prison. Wow. Look how long ago this was. This is cool. Wow. And they call themselves the Yuma High Criminals. This is the Deditorian. After floods destroyed several railroad bridges across the Colorado River, the Southern Pacific Railroad decided to relocate the rail bridge on the high ground next to the ocean. The Ocean Highway Bridge, completed in 1924, this new rail bridge in alignment required demolition of half of the prison. Demolition began the process, continuing deterioration of the entire prison facility. Wow, look at these old pictures here. Dude, there was a kid that was in this prison. He was 15 years old in this prison. Wow. Prison building materials were removed as used by the city and local residents. Bars were used as jails in San Luis and Tucson. Wow. This is the rebuilding. There's some of the inmates. Wow, you guys really got to appreciate this. The Yuma Morning Sun, February 25th, 1931. Preserve Old Prison Hill. Wow. Yuma State Park, Yuma State Parks. 1961, the present. This is real cool. Look, John. One more thing. I just barely saw this. Wow. Look at this, guys.
That's a scale. A downscale view. Wow.
There's a lookout tower.
That's probably the Colorado River. They kind of did the lake.
Where's the river at?
Well, where that is probably the
Oh yeah, the river.
That's cool.
I wonder where we're at on here.
We're probably there.
Dude, whoever made this is
Either there or here.
whoever created this little house right here has got some serious skills. You see anything over here? Look, here's your mugshot. You can be a convict too. Okay. Look, you can take your photos in here. This is an old photo. Man, that's pretty cool, man. This is called the Clarissa Windsor collection. Look, you can ride horses and stuff on here. Women in prison, 29 females were sentenced to Yuma Territorial Prison. Wow. The longest somebody spent was Miss Freebridge. She spent 15 years in there. Everyone else got hardly anything. Received stolen goods, selling liquor to Indians, I guess was it. Adultery. Look, they sentenced you for adultery. 6 months, 2 years, 10 months, 4 years. That's crazy. Wow. She committed arson, felony, grand larceny, burglary. And look at their sentences, like barely a year to 5. I mean, you get more time for that now. Robbery, she got 5 years for that. Assault with a deadly weapon, 1 year to 3.
Rape, why?
Rape? They actually had a woman in here for rape? How's that possible? Wow. Now this one's cool. French 1878 11mm calibrine rifle, drop action bolt. Wow, this one here. American training rifle, World War I bolt action. This one right here, this gun, this rifle. World War Greener Musketeer, Fallen block drop action shotgun. And last but not least, this one right here is a Winchester bolt action 22 caliber child rifle Pat 1809. Wow, these are cool rifles, man. These are, like I said, these are old pictures of the prison. Wow. This is one of a woman's outfits, man. This is over 100 years old. Bad Girls in the Old West.
Yep.
Wow. I guess that's... Okay. We're going to go take a tour around more, but this is pretty cool. If you guys having patience for this kind of stuff, that's your loss, you know? This is educational. Wow, look at this wagon out here. Look, now we're out in the hot-ass sun again. But it feels good out here. I'm loving it. Look, we got the wagon right here. I want you guys to take a look. Now remember, we still got all of our stuff in that store that we bought. Look at this old wagon here, man. This is cool, man.
Wow.
Now this is cool. Does it have like
Yeah. Jeez.
Man, this looks really cool, man. Look at that. These are the old prisons right here, dude. Can you actually go inside of it or no? Wow. We're going to go take a look at the actual prisons. What was this for, John?
That was probably for
The electricity?
yeah, to let them out of their cells.
Wow.
Maybe.
It says right here, cell block sponsor. It housed 240 prisoners were kept here. Each cell was approximately 9 feet by 12 foot and could hold 6 prisoners. When the space became limited, the more trusted prisoners would sleep in the halfway hallways. Cells were constructed of strap iron and granite rock, which was plastered and whitewashed. The iron was shipped in the California via steamboat. The granite was quarried by the prisoner on the site. Originally, the cell block was completed, enclosed, and not exposed to the elements as it appears today. One of the earliest electrical generator plants in the West furnished power for the lights and the ventilation system in the cell block. Wow.
New Year's Eve in Yuma. Imagine that. Then, I have a train ticket to California. I'm gonna go.
This is where they slept, dude. Look.
Yeah, I see it.
That's freaking awesome. This is where they slept in their cell blocks, dude.
Hello.
Let me out of here. We're there like, John, you're sentenced to life in this. That's what they meant by the hallways. You can sleep in the hallways right there when he became a trusted employee.
Well, Steven, I'll tell you what.
Look, these are the locks that let
I'll
them
tell you
out.
what, Steven, you can undo one of these locks, you can open it up and go inside.
Yes, sir, John. Yes, sir.
All right.
All right, guys.
Look at that.
Ooh, these bars are hot too. Be very careful. Wow, look at this. The old historical prison, man. Imagine if you had to sleep in here. Look at that. This one's open? Really? Okay, guys, we're going inside the prison.
Feel free to get out.
Hey, John, these are the beds right here.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's hard as a rock, man. I'll be uncomfortable. My back would kill me.
You feel like a fool now committing a crime.
My back would fucking kill me. Original iron bunkers. These bunkers were made in October 1901. This change from the old wooden bunks became necessary in the order to ride of the cell house of the bed guys, which had become an intolerable nuisance. Herbert Brown, Superintendent, 1901. Well, these beds are uncomfortable because look, feel it.
Yeah.
Damn, my fucking back would be thrown out.
Let me see your camera.
Well, if it goes out, press it again, goes out in 12 minutes.
It says right here, self-blocked at night. Prisoners had daily work details.
Oh, that's up there too?
These details include a rock quarry, kitchen, sewing shop, adobe yard, wood yard, and prison construction. After working on Sunday, prisoners had time for reading, arts and crafts, education, or relaxing. There you go.
Damn, so they had to sleep on. So these are the wooden ones, these are iron ones.
Yeah.
Wow. Jeez Louise. Wow.
Oh, those people sound really happy in the prison cells.
Shit. Damn, this is a historical prison. Look at this.
That was awesome.
They had a kid who was 15 in here.
Yeah.
Dude, one person got locked up in here for selling liquor to Indians. I didn't know that was considered a crime.
We're going inside the dark cell now.
Where's the dark cell at? Oh shit, here we go. Alright, if you got in trouble, like those inmates who try to escape.
And you were evil? Dark cell for you.
Alright, let's see. The dark cell. Oh, wow.
Might want to put your camera light on.
Oh, it's on. Oh, wow.
Whoa.
You got some light in here, John?
Do you have light on your camera?
I have light on my phone. You have light?
No.
Should there be light somewhere? Okay, what's this way over here? Wow. It's like a little gate right here, so y'all be careful. Wow, imagine if you had to sleep. What? What?
Oh my god.
What?
Oh, I think that was just.
That was a bat. Nice.
Oh shit, are you serious? Are there really bats in here? Y'all messing with me, man? Oh man, come on man, don't bite
Right
me.
there. Right there.
Okay, hey man, don't bite me now.
No, they're in there.
Wow. I didn't think it was in here.
Yeah, there's one right there.
Where?
Right there.
Wow.
They don't bite, do they?
Yeah.
Oh really?
They bite.
Oh shit, that was a bat.
See? There you go. The only thing that really is.
You're scared.
Wow, there's 3 more staring right at. Wow.
Oh,
Oh, there's one right below my head.
Hey, they don't bite, do they?
No.
Not really. The bat iguana is really the main.
Okay. We have bats in here.
Inhaling bat crap is really bad.
They don't bite.
But there's not.
I don't think there's any
Yeah,
in
there's
here.
not a lot of them.
What?
Dude, that's cool. Look at him. Oh.
Oh man, that's pretty cool. Yeah, can you get some light so I was gonna film them.
Got a flash?
I wish I did. Let me see.
My mom has a camera.
That's gonna be.
Let me try to get these.
Turn your light on with your flashlight.
It is.
Oh, that was a bat. Oh, that was a bat right there.
Oh, there's one. Oh, there they are. Yeah, oh, hey, they can go up there. Yeah. That's where they got their light.
You can't even see them in the picture. They blend in with the rocks.
That's where they got their light, I guess.
Crazy. I didn't think anything was in there.
I had no idea there were bats inside of there. You guys get to see the cool bats in there. Alright, now what's in here?
This is the tool storage room. This room was excavated in 1893 to provide storage here. Hold on. For tools used by convicts on a daily work details. Prisoners were responsible for various tasks including construction on buildings and walls, care of the prison farm and gardens, work in the quarry, and prison maintenance. Time was subtracted from an inmate's sentence according to the amount of work he performed.
Wow.
Any bats in here?
What's this place?
I don't know. Electric chair? Maybe? Oh, cool. That was awesome. Cool.
Look, they got an old bell right there. I wonder what that little like single cell thing is right there.
W.T. Garrott.
That dark cell's got bats in there.
Yes, it does. Incorrigible ward. In 1904, an incorrigible ward consisting of 5 steel cages was constructed on this site. The total budget for the building, including steel cages, corrugated iron roofing and lumber, was $500. Approximately 4,000 adobe bricks manufactured by prisoners were used in the construction of Cell House. The steel cages were ordered from the Champion Iron Company of Kenton, Ohio. The cells were later moved to Florence when the new prison was built. Since then, 4 of the 5 doors have been returned. The locking mechanism is on display in the museum.
Wow. So what is this just for like?
You can open it up.
Go ahead, John. Go in there. John, you have been sentenced to life for your crimes.
What do they put in there?
We're gonna lock it up.
They're like that.
They had a kid who was 15 in there. You know, I keep saying that, but look. Well, I'm sweating, and we went through the historical prison, and it's 3:20, and we got to make our way to San Diego now.
Yeah, we do.
And I had a lot of fun.
We can skip the movie.
Nah.
That's all enough.
Yeah.
That was cool.
I'll make our way to the exit. Yeah, thanks to me.
The Yuma prison thing.
Thank you.
It's nice.
Thank you, and thank you.
You gotta do your.
I'm hot.
Yeah.
No.
You don't. We don't. And one of the best compliments I get too is when people go to the restroom and they'll come and tell me the restrooms are real.
Very nice.
Because also too, when you go to a restaurant,
Yeah.
that's what you want to have that experience.
Yeah.
And if it's nice, what do? You come back.
Yeah, exactly. I'm definitely going to be coming to visit Arizona again. I'll be going back to Houston, and I'll have wonderful things saying, you know.
We may fly next.
Yeah. Fly to Scottsdale and get a rent-a-car. Fly to Scottsdale and get a rent-a-car. That sounds like that's what's best for business. This is beautiful out here.
People sometimes knock the rent-a-car, but I tell you one thing. How else can we go ahead, and not only that, a lot of things that we do, it's good for the economy.
Yeah. What did they do with all the prisoners after they left in 1933? I guess after the prison was shut down.
They moved them, whoever was left, I'm pretty sure they moved them to Florence, because that's where, that's where
I wonder if they have any ancestors that are still around. You know, still living today.
Yes, they do.
Did ever had anybody come over here like, my cousin was in here? Yeah. You guys are making profit off my cousin's death.
You can prove that, senor.
Yeah.
Do you guys like it?
Yes, I actually do. I'm going to get those 2 books that you were telling me about.
Oh, right here.
Yeah, go ahead and get them bad boys for me.
You can fluff up the pillows on subblock number 3, and you can stay the night.
That sounds good to me.
I wanted to get some of your literature so I can give it to a friend that's coming next month. Thank you, thank you.
I'll go ahead and get these 2 books as well with the other collection of stuff that I have.
1624.
Yeah, and I'll go ahead and put this in here as well. The little tool.
I'll get you a fresh one.
Yeah. I have to put that in my pocket. All right, 1624. Let's go ahead and get that out. Here you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Steven, not little Steven, like the Sopranos, you know that, right?
Yeah.
This movie.
Yeah, I noticed
I like that.
Well, guys, we're about to leave the Yuma territorial
I
prison.
appreciate that.
But
your guys'
it was
service
fun.
and everything, man.
Steve enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. A little tour before we leave, because we may not be back.
Hey, John, did you get your stuff?
John.
Not
get your
yet.
bag, John.
Oh
Here
yeah,
you go,
yeah.
John.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
All right, guys, you take it.
So,
Thank you very much.
quick little tour.
Thank you.
Seeing y'all again.
Got
Have
this
you,
right
have
here.
you
Your
gone downtown to
necklaces.
Yeah, no, I haven't gone down.
Kids Corner.
Downtown to Yuma, there's a
Got
restaurant
little
there.
things right there. Looks pretty good. Got some kid books for your little youngsters. Your children's sizes. Yeah, there you go. Well, more tour books, birds, all that good stuff.
You're gonna hug her after you read some of those? You're gonna hug her.
You gotta eat.
Some of them were nothing nice up in there.
And over here, got shirts. Shirts, more shirts, adults. Little shot glasses. Right here. Oh yeah. Yep, right there. Nice mats. Visors, little cooking stuff. Little mats, a little wind chime right there. There's a Sentinel. That's cool. Chips, dips, and salsas right there. Arizona. More books. More stuff. More decorative tiles and keychains. And there's Stephen Rose.
says restaurant
He's part of
called
the
Boys.
he's part of the shop too.
Yes.
Also,
Yeah.
too, we have these nice wind chimes right here that
Oh, yeah.
are very decorative.
Yeah.
They'll look nice in any place in
That
your
is
house.
awesome.
Oh, this is beautiful. I'm
Yeah.
in love with everything here.
I'm glad you enjoyed your
Yes,
your
sir.
stay
It
here.
was great.
Or should I say your visit here to prison?
Yes,
Oh, no, we'll
definitely.
be back here, Louis. I appreciate that, brother.
thank
I
you.
definitely
Thank
will
you,
be
John.
back
Thank you,
here.
sir. Thank you so much.
You too.
All right.
I'm Steven, by the way.
And John. Yeah, thank you.
Let's go ahead and
All right.
get all our goodies. Did you get your bag, John?
Thank you, sir. Thank
you get your
Huh?
bag?
I got my bag.
All right, so my YouTube followers, subscribers, if you ever go through Arizona, I recommend you to go to Yuma, visit the Storage State Prison. Louis was our little tour guide. He gave us a nice tour.
Shout out to Louis on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah, he's also on Facebook. You can look him up. And I got all types of cool goodies in here. I'll be showing you guys later tonight as video footage bonus. And we're gonna be on the way to San Diego now. I got to do the driving, which sucks, but it's okay. It's all good. Y'all gotta drive sometime. So
Yep.
it ended up being hot as hell out here. I had a good time, so I have no
Yeah.
complaints.
It
Well,
makes up for it.
We'll go ahead and film San Diego when we get to the California border, and give you guys some more updates. Till then, we're signing out.
All right. See ya.